your name, sir?
You can call me Jonah Levi. I'm Kazoo Cruiser. I was Kazoo Cruiser in the park last year.
Okay. Interesting. So what drew you to Occupy then?
Sorry?
What drew you to Occupy Wall Street?
I'm still not understanding your question.
No, what exactly attracted you to Occupy Wall Street when it first started?
Well, to me, it's a renaissance. It's a renaissance. There's a lot of art. There's a lot of fresh ideas, great ideas. A lot of fresh exuberance. People bringing ideas to the table, wanting to dialogue about why business as usual seems to be accepted and when it shouldn't be.
What are some of those good ideas you've heard so far while being around here?
Well, the Spectrum pipeline, stopping the hydrofracking of the. I don't think that particular gas bubble has been punctured yet. It supports for the crust. I don't think we should be doing as much ore mining as we are. It removes the support of the crust and we end up with earthquakes as a result of that.
Okay. What do you think that could it be improved about Occupy Wall Street?
Well, I'm not sure that there's anything that specifically can be improved. It'd be nice if the media would pay attention to it a little more. I think there's some things that some of these minds have to say that should be listened to. I mean, where's Obama? Where's anybody? Where's the mayor? Last winter, Occupy Wall Street was a soup kitchen. Zuccotti Park was a soup kitchen. There were a lot of homeless people that were getting fed here. And there's a social network that needs to be addressed. It's not being helped.
I'm actually glad you mentioned Michael Bloomberg and President Obama, because I didn't help but notice that here you have these things registered and vote signs. So I'm wondering, are you trying to get people to vote in a way?
I'm trying to get people to register to vote.
Okay.
I'm here doing this as a volunteer. I'm part of Occupy, but I'm doing this on my own.
Okay.
The most precious right we have is the right to vote, and if we don't exercise it, then the corrupt influences that are in Washington and in our local governments won't be challenged.
Okay.
We have to be politically active as well as socially active.
Yeah, but do you support Obama then or not? You don't support him? Or?
I don't support any of the clowns in the White House or anywhere else up there. I'd fire them all.
What would you replace them with?
Well, I was so disappointed last year with what I was seeing that I offered my services to the American public as a write-in candidate.
As a what candidate?
As a write-in candidate under the nativist party.
Yeah, I know.
What happened? Say it again?
I offered my services to the American people as a write-in candidate under the nativist party.
Okay.
Jonathan Kazoo Cruiser Gilbert.
Okay.
You can write it in.
Okay. Nativist party? Can you tell us more about that party?
Well, I'm an American Indian.
Okay.
You know,
so you're Native American then?
Yeah.
Okay.
We have more to say about this than anybody, and nobody listens to us. They rounded us up and put us on concentration camps and left us there, and we're dual citizens. They need to they need to step down. Run your camera around all these tall buildings. These are earthquake. This is an earthquake zone. It wouldn't take much to bring all of this down.
If I remember though, we're not necessarily any faults though, New York City is. I mean, hypothetically if we were, but yeah.
We had a 5.4 last year.
That was a small rumbling thing? The small rumble that we felt?
Well, 5.4, yeah, it didn't knock any buildings down. There were cracks and stuff. It could have been worse.
Let's see, maybe. Okay. So, also, as I'm pretty sure you know, this Monday marks the 1-year anniversary of Occupy Wall Street.
That's correct.
So I'm wondering, what's going to happen on Monday? Can you tell us?
Who knows what's going to happen? There may be some arrests. There may be some street, confusion out there. There's going to be a bicycle ride starting at 6 o'clock. I'm not quite sure where it starts from, but it's going to be through Manhattan. I'm not sure all the things that are planned.
Okay, what do you plan on doing on that day?
Plan on getting up, eating my breakfast, and coming down here and hanging out in Zuccotti Park. Why don't you join me?
Okay. Let's see.
I'm trying to register people to vote.
Okay. So who would be your ideal candidate in the White House then? Can you describe him?
Well, besides me, I can't think of too many folks.
Okay.
Listen, we've got a problem worldwide, globally. we got away from our own Bible about 40 years ago, and when we started murdering children, called feticide. Really, we call it abortion, but it's feticide. It's the murder of the innocents in this country. 6 million a year isn't an alternative birth control method. It's murder on a wholesale slaughter. And it's not a popular message, but it's feticide. And after 3 months, that isn't a piece of tissue anymore. It's a heartbeat. And I think we need to really consider some of the things that we're doing morally. That's causing some problems for us on the other side of this.
Okay. So you're not pro-choice then at all?
Well, pro-choice, you know, you choose to get in bed and fornicate, you got to deal with the results of that. And aborting an innocent life 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months into this isn't really a good, wise choice, because you live with the guilt of that.
Okay. Last question: have you supported any movements within the United States to try and reclaim some land for Native American tribes?
Well, I'd like to give the land back to the natives. I think that they're entitled to it. I think it was a mistake to buy Manhattan for $24.
Peter Minuit, I believe his name was?
Sorry?
I think Peter Minuit, I believe, purchased it. $24, I believe.
They bought Manhattan for $24. I
Yeah.
think it was a mistake, okay?
Yeah.
There was a wholesale slaughter of the bison to destroy the food source of the American Indians.
Okay.
There was a lot of things done under Manifest Destiny. And was it fair? No. Was it appropriate? No. Are we living beyond our means? Yes. We're consuming oil at a voracious rate. Now we've got electric cars. Listen, the electric motorcycles, you see them in New York. You have to plug them in for 8 hours to get a 2-hour run time. That's not cost efficient.
Doesn't sound that way.
No. You get 2 hours of burn time. And buying these things
for almost a half day of charging.
8 hours.
Yeah.
I think of this, it's just not realistic. It's not. Why doesn't Harley Davidson make a 5 horsepower moped? They make $30,000 motorcycles. Why don't they make an $800 moped?
So you're not for electric cars, anything electric powered at all? You're not for it?
I think we've got to have a matrix that meets all our needs.
Okay.
The first automobile, apparently, that Henry Ford put out was designed to run on cannabis, run on hemp oil. The first diesel that was out there in Germany was designed to run on peanut oil. These vehicles were supposed to be agrarian-produced fuel sources, and we got away from it. We've been hijacked by the Arab oil. That's an unfortunate thing.
Okay.
What they did in Nazi Germany is they said, if you do a better job, if you don't do a better job of killing the Jews, we're going to oil embargo you. And that's why they probably went into the Soviet Union and killed 20 million white Russians to get oil. 20 million Soviets died. They say the Holocaust didn't occur. 26 million people died, plus all the Americans that died, and all the rest of the people that died fighting this Nazi Holocaust, which would have come to the Americas and would have continued to take film destruction of human life, of the deemed unworthy. Now, we've got a problem because now we've got the sand Nazis in the Middle East doing the same thing that the Nazis were doing in World War II. It's not going to end.
You mean the extremists, the Taliban, the extremists like Al-Qaeda and the Taliban?
It's the Taliban, it's the Al-Qaeda, it's these sand Nazis. They eat camel in the Middle East, that's why they're crazy. We eat bushmeat and Creole in America. That's one of the reasons we're so crazy.
All right. Anything more to add?
Well, it's going to be really inconvenient when the earthquakes come. You know, I think we just need to repent.
Okay. Are you prepared for an earthquake if it happens?
I think about a lot of times what I would do.
Yeah, you're right.
If something happened catastrophically and the subways all stopped, people people need to think about how they would negotiate a black tunnel with no light.
See? Thank you.